Here goes nothing, I suppose. um, uh, before I start, thank you all for gathering around just to hear what I have to say. Um, I'm sure most of you remember me. I've been told my lack of hair makes me look completely different, but either way, I'm Brent Forlow. You would have noticed by now that Reed hasn't been giving you all orders. That's because he is sitting in one of the cells down where all the boilers and generators are. Maybe you were told that Premo, TJ, Rozia, John and me left by choice. Maybe you were one of the people who knew we didn't, but kept it a secret. That doesn't matter now, okay? Reed gave us to a madman who experimented on us and tortured us. He did this in exchange for food. Before I go any further, does anyone have any questions before I continue? Who will lead now? Keep everything moving around here. I'm glad you asked that, Rex. We aren't going to have one singular leader. I think we can all agree that that didn't work out. Instead, we are going to have a committee built up of anyone who wants to be a part of it. People that can bring a particular thing to the table will be incredibly useful, but that's not necessary for you to be able to join it. I mean, you may have knowledge of farming, fishing, construction, guns, etc. This place needs to be a group effort. No forced labour, no one forcing you to stay here if you don't want to, or wear uniforms. The only way we can do this is by working together. There's going to be things that you have to do that you might not want to, but those things we'll do in turns, we'll take it in turns. That might include cleaning or guarding the walls. Once we have a committee, we can make a timetable or something like that to work out who's going to be doing what. There's a few important things I need to talk about before I go any further. They're more about what happened to us when we were gone rather than about this place. For starters, Reed told you all that Jonah and Josie were killed by bandits. That was a lie. He gave them to the man that experimented on us as a punishment for us trying to get away from him. That's how they died. Reed did this knowing full well that Josie was pregnant, and when I asked him about it just a moment ago, he told me that this world isn't built for children. Which, yes, is kind of true. This is a dangerous world for children, and especially babies, but it's dangerous for everyone. Jonah and Josie never got to hold their babies because they were killed before they were born. Pigton, the man we were given to, took the twins from Josie's body after he killed her. He was going to use their innocence to lure more people in to be experimented on. Luckily, he never got the chance because, well, we killed him and escaped with everyone else he was holding captive. That includes the 3 people we brought here with us, Ruby, Ace and Felipe. They're guarding the walls right now because I needed all of you here. Everyone that didn't go through that with us now needs to know what happened to us. It's not going to be easy for me to explain, or for some of you to hear, especially my family and friends, but it's necessary nonetheless. Everyone that was taken by Pigton had similar yet different experiences. I can't say for sure what everyone had to endure, but for myself, Premo, TJ, Ruby, and Rozia, I can. Pigton had guards. Some of them human, some of them ghouls. He did this to make it seem as though he had a powerful backing, when in reality, he didn't. His human guards were free to use us as they pleased. One day, a few guards came to take Premo and TJ. They wanted to have their way with them, if you get my meaning. Brent, you don't have to tell them all. No, I do. I promised you we'd talk about it once we got here, and, well, here we are. I stopped the guards before they did anything to them. But in doing so, I had to, give myself up. I'm saying this now, before I go any further. I don't want sympathy. Okay, I don't want anything else from anyone. I'm not alone. That's a sad truth, but it is the truth. A few people here in this room have also been through this. And honestly, I'm okay. The reason I'm okay is because of why it happened. I guess I stopped it from happening to someone else, and that is enough to get me past it. It's not that I'm completely fine and moved on from it, but a lot of messed up stuff happened at that hospital. It's important to move on from that because it is over now. It's very easy to feel as if you're still in that moment, to relive the feelings and the memories all over again, to dwell on it. And I've been through so many obstacles in my life. Most of them seem so menial compared to life now, but at the time they were the hardest things in my life. It started with something as simple as bullying and just got gradually worse and worse. Some of you know, most of you don't, because you don't know me that well. But when I was a teenager, I made an attempt on my own life. My family and friends got me past it, and I lived my life to the fullest I could. I helped my friends as much as I could. I got a job that eventually became my livelihood. What I'm saying is things get tough, okay? But as long as you have people to get you through it, you will get through it. That's the only way we can keep this place going and keep it a place that we want to stay at. For those of you who were wondering what I meant by experimented on, no, we're not half ghoul or anything like that. Pigton, which is what he went by, not his actual name, obviously, would take blood samples sometimes, give us mystery injections of who knows what, still don't know, cut us open, performed surgeries that we didn't need, for unknown reasons once again, and there was this one guy there who Pigton had done brain surgery on countless times. I'm using him as an example because this will show you how bad it was to be there, but his name is Frankie. He can no longer speak or anything of the sort. You may be wondering why. Why did Pigton do that? Do brain surgery on someone that didn't need it multiple times? And it's just because he could. Because he was fine with doing that. Because he could sleep at night just fine, knowing what he'd done to people, even before the apocalypse, from what I know. In the end, his brother, who is a great guy, helped us escape. But people were punished and even killed because of our first escape attempt. And then even the second time around, people got hurt. But we got out this time. Some of the people from the hospital will be coming here. Probably not all of them, but some of them. They're good people who have been through hell just like the rest of us. Good workers, and they will earn their keep, just like I expect everyone to. I hope that you welcome them with open arms, and we can't have idle hands around here. Everyone needs to contribute. It's the only way we can get this to work. And Jonah and Josie's twins are alive and well. They had a boy and a girl, Jerome and Jordan. They're safely at Swift Creek with Tobias and Addie, as well as our friends from the hospital. I'd like to talk about trading with them at Swift Creek, maybe even Eden too, if I can get in contact with them. Of course, that won't be my decision. We'll decide it together. Like I said, anyone can be on the committee, and all you need to do is ask or sign up. Any questions, or... And you're sure it was Reed that gave you to that Pigton guy? 100% sure. I have a letter from him that he gave to me alongside David Claw's decapitated head. Not only that, but I saw him with Pigton. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone who went out on trips with him. That could be Walt, Liana, Cassie, Lily, Willis, Luke, Silo, Aaron. Ask any of them. They'll confirm it. It started with me finding a bug that Reed put in my room. I still don't know why, but he was spying on me, TJ, and Premo. And quite honestly, we feared for our safety, so that's why we packed up and left. Turns out Reed told Pigton where we were, or where we were heading, and because of that, Pigton managed to run us off the road. We'd been at the hospital since, so does that answer your question, Alfie? Yeah, I guess so. Alright then. I think I'm out of things to say now. I'm gonna leave a notebook in the chest in front of this podium. If you want to be on the committee, just write your name, and when we have the first meeting, we'll gather everyone up. There's already a few names in there. Only people who agreed to be on it already. I haven't put anyone else's names in there. The decision is in your hands. I think that's all. Thanks for listening, I suppose. Yeah, that's everything. I got the notebook right here. I'll go ahead and put that in here, and there's a pen with it as well in case you want to write. You don't have to, of course. No one's going to judge you if you don't want to join the committee, but the choice is there. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'd like to be part of the committee. Honestly, I was hoping you would. Just write your name, and that's it. Done. And we'll talk about everything that goes on here in the committee meetings. That's the idea. Alright. Thank you, by the way, for putting a stop to Reed's reign. Yeah, well, everyone here let it happen. If you'd have stopped me, we wouldn't be talking like this right now, so... To be fair, all I did was knock him out. The rest of you let it happen. If it weren't for that, then, like I said, probably wouldn't be talking like this right now. Hey, you really didn't have to announce all of that to everyone. I know, but I'd rather it be me tell them and not someone else later down the road. Well, it was a brave thing to do. Well, I wouldn't be getting through this without the support of brave people. like you and TJ, and you're brave too, Zai. Can't forget about that. Thank you. So, what do we do now? I mean, we only just got back. Of course, I want to go and get the twins back as soon as possible, but we can't instantly leave to get the twins and the others. You know, I think we help get this place moving and go from there. Sounds like a plan. What do we do first? Well, from what I was told, everyone has been confined to one room per 4 or 5 people. So I guess we let people spread out. I think Reed did it so that he could keep a closer eye on everyone and to save electricity, which that part is smart, but just to keep an eye on everyone, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that because the goal is to be better than what Reed was. So let everyone spread out. I guess use the minimal amount of electricity because probably don't have any petrol to fill the generators back up, but either way, I guess we can pick a room. You don't want to use the one you used to stay in? Nah. I want a fresh start. You know, new room that I'm not familiar with. All of the furniture and decorations are in some garage, apparently. Jonah mentioned that to me before he died. Anyone know where? I mean, probably someone that Reed took out with him. Maybe Willis or Luke, I suppose I can ask them. Do you not want your old furniture back? I'm not sure. I was just thinking maybe we should just start completely from scratch. I feel the same way. Everything just feels different now. Yeah. Maybe that's for the best. So we can get started on that. I just need to have a word with Rodriguez. Alright, let's see who signs up. I have a few people in mind that I think will, but we'll see, okay? Alright. Good boys. Sitting here and waiting. Hey. Rodriguez. I'm sorry that all happened to you, Brent. Don't be. It's done now. And actually, I have something to tell you. Me? Yeah, you. You're still wanting to be part of the Darting Vipers, right? I'll always be a Darting Viper. It's the main reason Reed threw me in that cell. Why? Just because you're in a biker club? That's what I told him. But he thinks we're some kind of gang. When I refused to take off my club jacket, that's when he threw me in there. Well, I've been told that the Darting Vipers are still meeting up from time to time. How do you know that? Miguel. I think that was his name, Miguel? He told me. I spoke to him about you, actually. Whoa. How'd you meet Miguel? Well, he's actually living at Swift Creek. Apparently there's plenty of other club members still out there, most of which live in loads of different communities, I guess, and they all stay in touch. Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, I mean, when we go back to Swift Creek, you can come with us, if you want. You know, talk to Miguel, maybe reunite with other Darting Vipers. You know what, I'd like to do that. Could be useful to have a trade with them also. Most of us were mechanics or things along those lines, so would definitely come in handy. That's actually good to know. Do you plan on joining the committee? I'm not really sure I'd have anything to bring to the table. I mean, other than your knowledge of vehicles and your connection to the Darting Vipers. And that makes me worthy of a spot? The spots aren't limited. Anyone can join, you heard me. Even if you don't have anything to bring to the table. at that time, you know? You just want to listen in, that's fine. Yeah. Alright, I'll put my name down. Good. Hopefully we can get this place to be more like a home again, with a little bit of hard work and elbow grease, I guess. See how it turns out, but alright then. What do you say we get started on getting a new room?